So I will.
Seal. And to ensure that that's done correctly, we should have a RLS sign on both sides. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that's perfect. Yeah.
What do you see as the major sort of benefit to you from the ZoomLock?
Time saving, purely time saving in the case of, and as a safety feature as well. As we both know, hot works can be an absolute pain, and also if you're in a tight space with brazing equipment, welding equipment, fire hazards, all sorts of stuff. So that will, make us feel a lot better while we're actually installing, for time and safety reasons, really.
Right. You've had a demonstration, you've been using it. What do you think? Is it an easy tool to use?
Yeah, it's very easy. Yes, definitely, yeah.
What we do quite like about it, it's literally just, as you just saw just then, it's literally about, 10 seconds each crimp. It works really well. This tool will be literally on VRF work with big port air conditioning boxes where you have a lot of pipes going into one big box, and you have such a small tight space of brazing. And I think that if all the pipe work coming off of it, each BS box, this is what's going to save you the time.
From what I've seen, I would say it's a useful tool. Not used one on site, but I plan to get one, and I can't see how you can fail with it. Well, clearly you're going to save an awful lot on time. Setting up, obviously, acetylene, your restrictions on brazing, the nitrogen purging you have to do, all of that's gone. You just literally take a hang tool on and start using it. At the time it takes to do one fitting, it's a saving to start with.
Well, yeah, there is only the time-saving element, because at the end of the day, if we don't have to spend an hour in the morning going in a hot works permit from the site office, and then we don't have to then spend an hour in the evening going and signing off our hot works permit, there's 2 hours in the day we've already saved for one engineer. So that is the biggest thing behind it. Obviously, the time saving in then working on the system. Obviously, you don't have to heat it up on the larger systems where you've got to heat them up, wait for them to cool down before you can do anything with it. The ZoomLock, obviously, you can, if it's ready to go straight away. So it is all based around time, because time is money at the end of the day. And that's literally, I can see other benefits to it, but the main thing is time. There's a safety element to it, obviously, with the heat. And damaging any equipment, like for example the BS boxes we've seen today. One of our engineers who was sat next to me when we saw the BS box, he said, well, a big benefit where we're using a BS box, you have to be so careful by wet ragging and cooling down so you don't damage any components. The great thing with this is you won't damage components, you can just carry on and fit them and you have no problems at all. So very good.
I think it's a good product for eliminating hot work on sites. As a user myself, I have used similar products, not this one. We used an alley pipe, similar products, and I find it was a lot better to work with on site, a lot quicker. As I say, it saves the risk assessment, saves your hot work permit, so you are saving time on site. So I think it's a good idea and a good product, to be honest.
Are you thinking of buying one yourself?
Yes. Well, it's my boss's decision, but I would definitely recommend it, yeah. Obviously, he sent me here today because I will be probably the guy using it on site. So yeah, I'd recommend using it. So we'll see what he says when I ring him in a bit.
Before you came, did you have any preconceived ideas of what the ZoomLock would be like?
I'd seen in wholesalers, I'd seen the plumbing version, and I'd seen it was quite, the tool is not like this one. It was quite a big tool, and I was thinking, I hope it ain't some massive tool you've got to lump around with you. So seeing the tool, I'm quite impressed. It's lightweight, it's small, easy to use. So I had a little inkling of what it was going to be, because I'd obviously seen the plumbing fittings and stuff in the wholesalers, but I didn't know it had been come over to our industry. So yeah, I think it's a good idea.
It can definitely help us with installation time. It's always a lot of bother getting your oxyacetylene and stuff up to high levels, grazing above ceilings, making sure you've got the correct equipment just in case you have any fire incidents, fire blankets, extinguishers. This gets rid of all of that. It's a really good tool.
Are there any other sort of features that you like about the tool?
What I like about the tool is it comes with a battery set. It's quite small, but we use Makita drills and our battery can fit on there. That's a plus. Also, there was other features like the different sizes it can do and the way it can crimp it very quickly, and also the type of systems we can use it on as well.
So your overall verdict is what?
I'll definitely be looking to give that a 9 out of 10.
My experience of these cold fitting systems, I have used ones in the past in a couple of sites where there were no hot works allowed at all, and we did notice a saving in time, but the cost saving wasn't really that apparent on those particular fittings. Having seen this system and how much quicker it looks than the other one, I think we can realise some good cost savings on not just jobs where we have to do no hot works, but on every job. It looks to be what the industry needs in terms of improving the quality of the installations, in terms of having a fully clean system. So I'm very impressed with it, and I would, going from what I've seen today, I would put my hand on my heart and say I think we'll be using it.
We're based in Portsmouth, and we mainly install Premier Inns, which involves large Mitsubishi VRV systems. Currently using, or up until this point, been using Lockring, which is the ZoomLock sort of competition or previous alternative. Not the most user-friendly of products, and ZoomLock's blatantly going to be a better product, quicker, and a better system to use, really.
So are you actually going to start using them yourself on the job?
Certainly, yeah. With Premier Inns, most of them are timber framed, so we've been unable to use hot works, grazing for a number of years now. And recently it's been solely Lockring, and obviously from now on it's going to be ZoomLock.
What do you think is the main advantage for you in using the ZoomLock then?
The simplicity. With the alternative Lockring, you have to put like a lock prep, which is like a Loctite lubricant on it, which can be messy, time consuming, as well as putting inserts in either end of the pipe. It's more work, more stuff to carry, whereas the simplicity of ZoomLock is cut the pipe, deburr it, put the fitting on and crimp and go, and that is it.